Now, this weekend, the New York City Marathon is back after COVID canceled last year's race. When runners head out on Sunday, a couple things will be different than they used to be, including fewer runners than the usual 50,000 plus. But there will be a familiar face on the course this weekend. That's NBC News Now anchor Allison Morris. There she is. She's running her 7th New York City Marathon, and I'm opening up a text from her to say her 19th marathon total, which I'm shook by. Allison, good morning. I have so many questions about how you've even done that, but let's start with the marathon. It's going to look different than the ones that you've run in the past, so tell us how. What are organizers doing to keep people safe, especially because of COVID?
Yeah, there are a couple of COVID changes this year for sure, Savannah. One of the biggest things is that all runners need to show either proof of vaccination or proof of a negative COVID test within 48 hours of the race. Runners are going to be wearing masks on the transportation to the starting line. They'll have to wear them at the start on the Verrazano Bridge, but we won't have to run in masks, so that's a little bit of a relief.
Yeah, wow.
There are going to be more starting waves this year, 5 instead of 4. Those waves will be separated by about 45 minutes instead of the typical 20. Runners love that. Makes a little bit more room on the course. The Jacob Javits Center, which is home to the Marathon Expo this weekend, will not be open to the public. Runners have to make an appointment to go pick up their bibs. They pick a window when they're going to show up. You can bring one person along with you, but that's about it. And probably the biggest change this year is the field. As you mentioned, there are typically 50,000 plus runners at the New York City Marathon. This is the biggest marathon in the world. We're expecting around 33,000 this weekend, bringing a whole lot of energy, though, so don't worry. The city is going to feel alive and exciting. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a sign of normalcy. It's going to feel like it used to, you know, so to speak. And Allison, so, okay, you're obviously a huge runner. You're also, of course, our business extraordinaire here. So let's talk about the economics of this. I mean, thousands of people coming into the city this weekend, that I would think is going to be a big boost. Tell us about that side of marathon weekend.
Oh, this is huge for the city, no doubt. Whether there are 33,000 runners or 50,000 runners, people come here. This is a major event. We've been watching tourists run by all morning long. They come and stay in our hotels here. They eat in our restaurants. Let me tell you, they show up at the Marathon Expo and buy a whole lot of gear. Runners come to this city not only to run the marathon, but to have a vacation, have a good time, and spend some money. I caught up with the New York Roadrunners CEO, Karen Hempel, earlier this week. The Roadrunners put on the marathon, and she talked about what an incredible impact the New York City Marathon has on this city economically. Take a listen.
It's really an important aspect of the race. I mean, we do economic impact reports after the race and have seen over $400 million of economic impact, whether it's from the hotels, the airlines, the restaurants, the shopping that people kind of fly into. Often people make this into a long vacation, especially coming from overseas or even domestically, as a real kind of destination bucket list item and really building a trip around it.
So, Savannah, even if they don't get the $400 million that they typically get, even if they got half that, it's a huge economic boon for the city, and no doubt we could use it after all we've been through here.
Yeah, absolutely. And all we've been through really together. I mean, for a year and a half, isolation, it's been so, dark. It's been a tough year. I know running has been so important for a lot of people's mental health, in addition, of course, to physical health. Just tell us kind of what it means to you to get to be able to be back out there again in a group like this, doing something that you love.
Oh. Savannah, I have to say, and I think a lot of runners would agree, signing up for the New York City Marathon and running again, I took a break during the pandemic, has absolutely saved me. It has been the joy of my life this fall. You're going to make me cry. I'm famous for crying at the marathon, during the marathon, before the marathon, at the end of the marathon, and just being here at the finish line. Yeah, I'm a marathon crier. It just makes me so emotional. It's such a wonderful thing to see back in the city, and it also helped me get rid of a couple of those pandemic pounds. So thank you, New York City Marathon, for bringing so many of us back to life.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to make me cry because you're so happy. It's so exciting, and you're just so cool. 19 marathons. Look at your gold jacket. I mean, Allison, who are you? Good luck. We can't wait to hear about it. We love you.
The official 50th marathon jacket.
I love it. That's so cool.
Love you guys, too.
Right. We'll see you
Thanks,
after.
Savannah.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.